Hello, I'm Bernie, and a very warm welcome to the month of March. To open this chat, I invite you to pause, if it is safe for you to do so, and take 3 rounds of breath. So you may wish to close your eyes, notice your feet resting on the surface that supports you, and breathe in that little bit more deeply through your nostrils. And as you exhale through your mouth, extend your out breath. Slow it down, extend it, lengthen it. Relax your shoulders, relax your brow. And then bring yourself back to your natural rhythm of breathing. Maybe open your eyes. Throughout the month of March, I suggest you practice that mindful pause. Can be for 3 rounds of breath, 5 rounds of breath, 10 rounds of breath. Practice that mindful pause maybe a little bit more often if you're feeling a little off balance, can be upset or triggered, can be overwhelmed, confused, can be almost too many things coming at you at once. Can be communication or demands upon your time. In those moments, I invite you to practice the pause, to stop. Breathe in that little bit more deeply through your nostrils and then exhale through your mouth a little bit longer. March brings a lot of strong planetary energy, a lot of powerful energy shifts, and at times the energy can feel more intense. There seems to be a lot of movement forward and back, and then around and around, then up and down. Combobulated was the word that came up 2 or 3 times. To help you manage your flow through this month, it's almost like to ride the waves, the ups and the downs, the bends, the twists and the turns, the unexpected. I invite you to practice the pause when you feel you might need to recenter, rebalance. And March can be a month where mindfulness can be really helpful. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. The intensity of this planetary energy that we're feeling has a purpose. It can help to bring things up and into the light as a way of karmic clearing. This can be clearing of old and limiting perspectives or ways of thinking, can be patterns, can be old ways of reacting rather than responding. And as we clear, it can create more flow. So it may be March can be a time where we do have things brought up for clearing. I heard sweeping changes for some. So this can be changes in perspectives and priorities. For the first 3 weeks of March, there is a focus on noticing what is going on without reacting. So pause before responding. We're being also asked to be more discerning with our words, our choices, our responses. If you do feel any, can be confusion, uncertainty, overwhelm, you might like to ask yourself, what is this showing me? During the month of March, as I said, we've got a lot of planetary energy happening. On the January the 25th, we had 6 planets align, and I have got a chat, and I'll put the link in the description box below. I do have a chat about the 6 planets in alignment, and for me it was joining the dots, came through. The 7th planet came into that alignment on the 28th of February. These 7 planets that come together to form the line come together to amplify, can be in 7 areas of our lives. So we've got, that's one thing that's happening in March, is this planetary alignment. We've also got the new moon, which occurred in Pisces on the 28th of February. And the energy of this, yes, will continue for a couple of weeks, but for me it's the whole of March, more so. And themes associated with intuition, deepening spiritual connections, and that can be practicing mindfulness, meditation. I got the message, walk through this doorway. It can be almost this invitation to enter this new space where we allow ourselves to be led more with our highest intention, more from a sense of harmony, love, peace, more of a sense of connection to spirit, rather than feeling isolated. This can be a time also of doing less and being more, less action, more reflection. Maybe pause to ponder before reacting. How can I bring more harmony into this situation, into this conversation? So the new moon that occurred on the 28th of February in Pisces, very emotional energy. How can I bring more harmony into this situation? More peace into this relationship? This can be through stillness, gratitude, non-judgment, compassion, patience. This month, there may be ups and downs, uncertainty, confusion. But if we can approach it with that pause rather than reacting, asking ourselves, how can I bring more harmony into this situation, into this conversation? This is a month to also balance yang, doing, thinking, with yin, being, feeling, intuitive. It's a month to balance assertiveness with sensitivity. A month to balance the doing, the pushing, the acting, the forcing, and more so allowing this new moon in Pisces, beautiful energy, to go with the flow more. It is a water element, a water sign connected to the water element. So rather than pushing, forcing, reacting, it's asking us to soften, still to be confident. There's this graceful courage. So to act, but almost like with soft edges. For the next 4 weeks, you may feel more sensitive. And if so, allow more time for mini breaks, short rests, slow down to steady yourself. So that's that mindful pause again. And it can be a wonderful time for cleaning house, that internal housekeeping, through cleansing, energetic cleansing, through meditation, gratitude, sound healing, or being near water. A wonderful time to release heavy emotions or emotional patterns that do not bring harmony to you and your life. Can be a wonderful time also through the month of March to listen to calming music, to be in that meditative space, listening to calming music and see what intuitive messages come through for yourself. We've also got a full moon on the 14th of March. It's a lunar eclipse. And I'll speak a little bit more about this in another chat. But it's asking us again to look at, are we focused more on doing than being? And asks us to look at our routines, our order, particularly for self-care, for our emotional stability. There may be something released at this time, can be emotional release, something coming to an end, maybe an internal letting go of around that full moon time. We've also got Mercury retrograde, which is the planet of communication. It's going retrograde between the 15th of March and the 7th of April. So it's about reviewing, reassessing, pausing to respond rather than reacting. Be mindful around this time, so mid-March to say even mid-April. Be mindful of miscommunication. Maybe practice more mindful listening. Be really attentive with your listening. Maybe taking that mindful pause. It can be 1 round of breath, 3 rounds of breath before responding. Can be a time for reflecting, reevaluating, reassessing, reviewing. We've also got Venus retrograde from the 1st to the 27th of March. So for the whole of March, really, we're being asked to reflect on our relationships with others, but with ourself and what we value, our core values, our worth, our sense of self-worth. We've also got the new moon at the end of March, which is a solar eclipse. And this can be a time of breakthroughs for a new start. It can be making that decision, taking the lead, stepping forward with courage and confidence, but again, with soft edges, with softness and gentleness, are not weaknesses. They are being gentle can be a sign of strength. So for the month of March, I suggest to practice more mindfulness more often. Practice the pause, practice patience, practice being present. Can be let go of expectations as well. Be more open. And maybe again asking, how can I bring more harmony into this situation? Or this communication, or this relationship can be yourself, can be with yourself. We've also got 6 months for this all to play out, because we've stepped into eclipse season. We're stepping into it mid-March all the way through to September. So we don't have to get it all done in March. But it's a really powerful month to initiate change, to bring more harmony into our relationships, into situations, into conversations, into communications. So I hope that was helpful. There was a lot to cover. The short story is practice the pause through the month of March. Practice the pause. Practice patience. Practice compassion. Maybe let go of expectations. It can be quite an intuitive month as well. So you may receive messages in your moments of mindfulness and meditation and dreams, or when you're listening to music, or mindful movement, mindful gardening, mindful eating, any of the many, many mindfulness practices can give you insight. And the more that you do it, the more that it becomes your practice, your routine, the more flow you will have with your intuitive messages, or with your inner knowing, this feels right, this doesn't feel right, rather than being stuck with those heavy emotions, can be of fear or anxiety or second guessing or outdated confinements of yourself or labeling. So I hope all that made sense. Reach out if you would like more clarification. I'm doing more online work at the moment. I've also, I felt like to pull back. So you may already be feeling this as well, but to step back, to have that mindful moment myself. So, and I just heard be present with yourself, be self-aware and present with yourself. What do you need in this moment? And if you need to step back, please step back. I just heard strength, so it can make you stronger to step back. It can be very much self-care, self-love. Stepping back, having that mindful pause, whether that be for 3 rounds of breath, 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 days, can help you to bring more harmony to the situation, to yourself, bring you more into a place of balance. and strength. So thank you. Reach out if you would like some clarification or an online session with me to help. It can be an intuitive session for clarity, or if there's something that you're not sure of, you're feeling stuck, you might like to have an intuitive guidance session with me. Thank you, and all the best for March. Bye.